Hey guys, welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. Welcome to the familia. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. And of course, welcome back to all my oldies but goodies. So if I look a little funky, it's because I have only my eyebrows and my foundation. Anytime I put my foundation on, I avoid the eye area because it's a very delicate area and less product there the better, including the lids and the under eyes. And we are reviewing this brand new NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. When they brought out the foundation serum, I did not like it. It just felt very, very greasy and oily. So I saw this on Ulta and I picked it up and I was like, not sure if I'm gonna like it, but it's not about me, it's about you. I want you guys to see how this works out on my very dry, dark, sunken in under eyes. You guys know we're gonna be here 2 days and everything. I already prepped my under eyes with eye cream, well, both the whole eye area. I kind of like this packaging. It's plastic. It has a pump. You see that? Really nice. I like anything with pumps or doe foot applicators because you can control the amount that you get. So let's see. I have here the shade beige. Ooh, this is kind of light. I do have another shade which is medium because beige is light. Let's see medium. Medium could be a little too dark. Let's see. Let's feel it first. It feels pigmented and it has like a thickish texture, but it moves also. Let's touch. You see that here are the differences in shades. Beige and then medium. It's definitely hydrating. With the shade beige, although it's light, it looks like it has a bit of a cooler texture. Anything with the cooler texture tends to color correct because it has like a pinkish undertone. So I'm gonna get this with the brush. Let's see. It's light, but I also like to see how concealer works on the lid. If it accentuates any sort of texture. Actually, let's let it sit for a little bit so it gives us better coverage. This is pigmented, but it's very lightweight. Like it shears out a lot. I don't know why I did it like this, but you know. Okay, BRB. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my sponge and I'm just gonna tap over the product. I'm tapping so I don't move anything underneath. Very, very hydrating for sure, but it's very sheer. So I'm gonna add a good amount and just let it sit there because I'm seeing like it's blending out to nothing. Ooh, I don't know, a few minutes now, like 3 minutes. Let's see. Usually concealers like this, you have to build slowly. But I don't know. Here, let's turn down the lights because I feel like the lights are just messing me up. There's a good amount of coverage. I'm just thinking like this is too light. Let's go in with a little bit of the medium shade because sometimes when a concealer is too light, it's not going to conceal. This color is more my foundation shade, so this may work. I don't like to use 2 shades of concealers because, you know, it's not too helpful to you. But I think we need to do it today. It's very natural. It's like a very natural coverage. You're not gonna get that full coverage highlighted look. It's more like a everyday, a little bit of foundation, a little bit of concealer, and that's what you're gonna get here. Do you know what I mean? So, okay, now that we get the vibe and everything, let me tell you the time. We started off a little bit late because, girl, it's been a day, but I'm vlogging today so you guys can see how like a day in the life type. So what I'm gonna do is add this eye on. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the first eye, but blend it out with a brush, and I'm gonna give you all the info about the product. The new NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Face and Body Concealer Serum retails for $11. I am in the shade beige. Say goodbye to the skin stress and hello to covered and hydrated skin. This medium coverage concealer, available in 13 shades, has a medium coverage, non-cakey, natural finish. Infused with ingredients including tremella mushroom, cica, and green tea for up to 24 hours hydration. It has a smooth, natural finish with a lightweight feel. This is 100% vegan. I like this side better. I did let it sit just so it can dry down a little bit and give us a bit more coverage. I do see that we have a little more coverage. What I like about it is how hydrating it is. You see the hydration it gives the under eyes? Like crazy. It feels like it's pigmented, but it's not as pigmented as it feels. It really provides hydration and a little bit of coverage. So I don't know. Don't mind my hair. I put dry shampoo yesterday. Now I have like this white cast. Anyway, I'm gonna comb my hair too. Set the under eyes with this Derma Blend illuminating powder. It's not really an illuminating powder. It has a slight like loomy to it, but it's not where it'll just create a bunch of texture. So let's grab some product. I'm gonna even it out. Grab my sponge again. It's really not creasing, especially like the amount we build it. I'm gonna look up and tap in my powder. And I do this for about 10 seconds or so. Do the same with the lids because they do crease. It's not creating texture on the lid, so I really like that. I usually will set with the brush, but I like how the powder puff gives a little bit more coverage and it gives us more of the flawless look because we're already a little bit kind of struggling. Oh, the brush side is really creasing, but it's okay. So we're gonna go back in, look up, and really just set it down. For some reason, I feel like the brush looks better with the powder puff versus the sponge. These powder puffs I get from Amazon, sponge and then brush. Let me look up. What do you think? Can you see a difference in eyes? Let me know. And here we are. Lights turned down, sponge, brush. I like how smooth my lids look because I have textured lids. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to feel about the concealer yet. What I'm gonna do is finish up my face and comb my hair. Like I told you guys, it's about 11:45. And yeah, you guys, I feel like a new woman. Hair combed. You know, sometimes that's all we need is just like the hair to be combed. Concealer is good. I actually like it more now. It's warmed up with the powders. I don't know. What do you think? Let me look up so you can see. Sponge versus brush. Let me look close and see. What I like to do is kind of go over it and get rid of any creases. But you know what's surprising? It's not creasing as much as, I don't know, I felt like this one would crease. I think I'm liking the sponge a little bit better. The brush, I feel like it kind of looks dry. It looks a little drier. Is it just me being like super picky? Let's see. Here, let me look up so you can see. Brush, sponge. The difference is slight. I don't think it's big enough to really notice, but I always like to give you like all the details. That's why I did my makeup very lightly because that's the feels I'm getting. One thing I just want to bring up really quick is once your under eyes are set, that's most likely how they're going to stay. Yeah, there can be a little more creasing and a little fading throughout the day, but that also has a lot to do with the concealer, if it's good or not. But for the most part, if you have a good concealer, it should stay pretty much put all day. Our under eyes don't have pores, which it doesn't produce oils, which doesn't produce like a slip and slide type of situation. So that's why I don't really do long wear tests when it comes to concealers. Of course, I'm gonna do an at least 8-hour, no, probably 10-hour today, so you guys can get the gist of this whole situation. And let's go in front of the window so you guys can see in daylight because concealer differs a lot with studio lighting and daylight. And yeah, see you later. Bye. This is the sponge side. This is the brush side. Oh, I'm just not feeling it for some reason. But also, I'm a full coverage girl. Like, that's me all day, every day. Definitely think it's doing the job. It's getting the job done. It's like we have like the simplicity today, you know? Okay, just wanted to show you. It is almost 10 o'clock. We've had the concealer on for maybe about 10, maybe 11 hours. Before we get started, of course, I do want to show you how the concealer was looking at around 5 o'clock in golden hour. And no lie, at this point, I really felt like the concealer was looking really good. And here we are now about 11 hours later. And look, this is how we look. No touch-ups, no nothing. This side is the sponge and here is the brush. Let me look up so you can see. And this lipstick, if you're like, what the heck, you didn't have lipstick before, I put this on. It's the L'Oreal lipstick. I'll link it down below which shade it is. But what I'm really surprised is that about 11 hours later, our concealer still looks good. We still have coverage. We don't see any darkness peeking through or anything. So that's kind of what's really surprising to me. Like from when we started off to now, 11 hours later, we don't look too different. I feel like the concealer really warmed up very well and the coverage is still put. That's what I was a little skeptical about because it's a very hydrating, lightweight concealer, but it does have a good amount of pigment. Definitely surprised. And let's turn down these lights. Here is the sponge and here's the brush. I think I'm liking the brush a little bit better after the 11-hour mark. This is it for day number 1. I really like this concealer. At first I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it. I was like, but let's see how it works out tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye! Hello, good morning. Welcome back to day numero 2. So you guys, today's a perfect day for a concealer review. Well, day 2, because I literally woke up at 2. I couldn't go back to sleep. I was tossing and turning. So my under eyes are a bit darker and they appear a bit like sunken in. So I'm gonna use both of these again. If you are my complexion and are looking for this, I would use the shade medium and stick to the shade medium because it's not too light. It's more of a complexion shade, but it does do concealing as well. Let's grab the product. Best way to use this is by letting it really sit and like thicken up for us. We're gonna put a good amount here, good amount there. Really do that with concealer. Let it sit. A lot of times it does depend on the type of concealer. Some you do it longer, some you do it for less time. But with this one, I feel like if you need coverage like us, because we have dark under eyes, they're sunken in and they're a little bit on the dry side, oh, this is perfect. It's very hydrated. Find that letting your concealer really sit and kind of just thicken up, dry down too, girl, bomb. So we're gonna hit here and it'll just give us a good little mix. I'm back. It's been about 5 minutes, so let's start blending. I'm just gonna use the sponge today. I liked how it looked throughout the day. I feel like at the beginning, yesterday, the brush looked better. I wanna actually show you guys before I blend it out. You see the difference in colors? And you see how, like, although I've been letting it sit, it's not completely dry. That's the hydration. Let's start blending. Again, I'm just gonna tap like I did yesterday. Not really moving product back and forth because that's super harsh and too rough for the under eye area. So I'm literally gently or trying to gently tap. Today, I feel like the coverage is really good. 1, I barely got any sleep. And 2, we really let it sit for a good 5 minutes. That's like my biggest tip when you're using cream products, especially foundation and concealer. Really let it sit to see how your skin reacts to it and how the product reacts to your skin. Does it get dry? Does it stay hydrating? Does it lose coverage? Does it gain coverage? It answers a lot of like those little questions, and today it's definitely better. You see that coverage? But it's natural, but covered, you know? Let me look up. It doesn't crease a lot. If you put a lot of product, it will always crease. But for it being so hydrating, it's not a very creasy concealer. All right, let's set with this setting powder from Maybelline. I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday, just pat it in, and I'll speed it up. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I like it, I like it. Let me look up. Look how smooth the area looks. It looks very smooth and we have a good amount of coverage. Of course, you guys know. Ojeras wear, especially, I'm exhausted, but okay, cool. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the time. Oh, it's around the time we started yesterday. I am starting late because I've been kind of lollygagging around, but we're here. Let me finish up the face, BRB. All right, guys, I kind of went down the eyeliner rabbit hole and it took me so long to finish it, but they're even, so that's what matters. So this is how the under eyes look. Honestly, today they look a lot better. Here, let's see. You see? It looks smooth. It looks hydrated, although we set it with setting powder. We have good coverage, especially today, because you know, today we're low-key looking and feeling a little bit gastada. Not after we put our concealer on, you know? So not bad, huh? What you think? What you think? Day 2, let me know. Let's jump in front of the window per the usual. See you later. All right, here we are. This is how the under eyes look. I do have very creasy under eyes, so I'll always crease. Being on a few hours of sleep, we have good coverage and my under eyes look rusted. They have good coverage. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. What you think? I think today is a little bit better. We got to know the product a little bit better. So yeah, so far so good. Hello guys, I'm back. It is almost 10:30. We've had the concealer on for about, I think, 11 hours, right? A long time. But before we get started, of course, I want to show you how the under eyes were looking in daylight. I did have black lipstick because I wore black lipstick today, so don't mind that. But at this point, honestly, it was looking really good. I think today we're having a lot better day. You see in daylight, it looks natural. You see coverage. It doesn't look heavy. It's not really creasing. I feel like our results are very similar to yesterday. But today, like I told you guys, I couldn't sleep. The under eyes are really covered. Look, like how good this looks. Like nothing's peeking through throughout the day. Things start to rub off and it breaks apart. No, it separates. It breaks apart and it separates. And right now, even wearing black, like my black eyeliner smeared, it still looks good. It still looks covered. Only thing I would say is to really get good amount of coverage is to let this sit in the under eye area or wherever you want to spot conceal or anything, and then blend it out, and it blends out beautifully. I feel like if you just blend it out immediately, it blends out to nothing. So there's like a little kink to how to use this if you want more coverage. If you want something super natural, you can just put it on, use it, blend it out immediately, and it'll work out. Because it is a hydrating medium coverage concealer that has a natural finish, it literally does what the description says. I really appreciate that. It doesn't underdeliver and it doesn't overdeliver. You literally get what you're supposed to get. And for a product that's $11, 0.32 ounces, so that's on average of another typical concealer. The typical concealer sizes are 0.33. You get a fair amount for the price, and also a little bit does go a long way. The only thing is just let it sit and you'll get bomb coverage. It adheres to the skin very well. So I really like these, especially in the wintertime when it gets colder and the skin starts to dry a little bit. Well, my skin's never dry, I'm always oily, but you know what I mean. We don't look gastadas at all. Makeup is really put together for like a long day, you know. This is it. I love you guys. Let me know your thoughts on these. Have you tried them? I got mine at Ulta. I will have them linked below. And this is it. I love you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.